Yeah, what the heck?
Administrator needs to get on too.
Yep.
What's that?
Need your video.
Oh, I'm on.
All right.
For some reason, it has me on here twice. I don't know why.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
Twice.
That's a neat trick, Mr. Administrator.
I'd like to call the regular session of the Isabella County Board of Commissioners to order and join me in the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's Frank, a roll call.
Here.
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 Here. Here. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Up next would be approval of the agenda. We'll start out as always with general public comment. We have no presentations or special reports. We have several appointments to boards and commissions. And then committee reports. Oh, I'm sorry, the consent agenda, then committee reports, Finance and Administration Committee.
Finance Administration Committee's all set, Mr. Chairman.
Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Justice and County Affairs Committee is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have no intergovernmental affairs, no administrative controller issues, no unfinished business. We have 3 items under new business. And then we will have general public comment again, and then announcements, and then adjournment. So with that, is there a motion to approve the agenda? Yes, sir.
Chairman, I would like to move that we take 3 of the appointments from boards and commissions and remove them temporarily. That would be, the first one would be number E, 9-1 Advisory Board, City Representative. Also F, 911 Advisory Board, County Representative. And I, Material Recovery Facility Advisory Board. Remove those from the agenda.
Support.
Been moved and supported to remove items E, F, and I under appointments to boards and commissions. All those in favor of that deletion, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Support.
Supported, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good, we have an agenda. Brings us down to general public comments. Public comment. And seeing no one for general public comment, we will move right into appointments to boards and commissions. The first one, item A, would be the Board of Public Works Chairperson's request for nominations for 2 openings on the Isabella County Board of Public Works for 3-year terms ending December 31st, 2027, or until a successor is appointed. Are there any nominations? Are there any nominations? Are there any nominations?
I nominate Tim Wolf for Board of Public Works for a 3-year term.
Support.
Been moved and supported to nominate Tim Wolf for the Board of Public Works. Do we need a roll call? Do we usually do a roll call on those? Nope, just a voice vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Item B, Community Mental Health for Central Michigan Chairperson's request for nominations for 1 opening on the Community Mental Health for Central Michigan Board for a 3-year term ending March 31st, 2027, or until a successor is appointed. Yes.
Support.
Been moved and supported to nominate Karen Scanlon. Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Yes, sir.
I will move nominations be closed and a unanimous ballot be cast for Karen Scanlon for Community Mental Health Board.
Support.
Been moved and supported to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Karen Scanlon for the Community Mental Health for Central Michigan Board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Item C, Commission on Aging Advisory Board Chairperson's request for nominations for one opening on the Commission on Aging Advisory Board at-large representative to complete a 3-year term ending 12/31/2027 or until a successor is appointed. Are there any nominations? Yes, sir.
I nominate Ms. Ruth Barrett for the Commission on Aging Advisory Board position.
Support.
Been moved and supported to nominate Ruth Barrett. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
I move that we close nominations and appoint Ruth Barrett for Commission on Aging Advisory Board.
Support.
Supported to close nominations and nominate and cast a unanimous ballot for Ruth Barrett for Commission on Aging Advisory Board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item D, County Construction Board of Appeals Chairperson's request for nominations for 2 openings on the Isabella County Construction Board of Appeals as building trade representatives for 2-year terms ending December 31st, 2026, or until a successor is appointed. Are there any nominations?
Chairman, I nominate Robert Tillman.
Been moved and supported to nominate Robert Tillman. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
I'll move nominations be closed and a unanimous ballot cast for Robert Tillman for County Construction Board of Appeals.
Been moved and supported to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Robert Tillman for County Construction Board of Appeals. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Item G, Economic Development Corporation Board Chairperson's request for nominations for one opening on the Economic Development Corporation Board to complete a 6-year term ending 7/1/2030 or until a successor is appointed. Are there any nominations?
I'll nominate Patricia Sandell.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to nominate Patricia Sandell. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
I'll move nominations be closed and a unanimous ballot cast for Patricia Sandell for Economic Development Corporation Board.
Support.
Been moved and supported to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Patricia Sandell for Economic Development Corporation Board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Item H, Transportation Commission County Citizen Representative. Chairperson's request for nominations for one opening on the Transportation Commission County Citizen Representative to complete a 3-year term ending 12/31/2027. Are there any nominations?
Chair, I nominate Michael H. Pung to Transportation Commission.
Been moved and supported to nominate Michael H. Pung for Transportation Commission County Citizen Representative. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
I'll move nominations be closed and a unanimous ballot cast for Michael Pung for the Transportation Commission as County Citizen Representative.
Support.
Been moved and supported to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Michael H. Pung for Transportation Commission County Citizen Representative. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Item J, Parks and Recreation Commission. Chairperson's request for nomination for 2 openings on the Isabella County Parks and Recreation Commission for 3-year terms ending December 31st, 2027, or until a successor is appointed. Are there any nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I
Yes, sir.
wish to appoint Craig Clingan.
Support.
Moved and supported to nominate Craig S. Klingon to the Parks and Recreation Commission. Are there any other nominations? Yes.
Or
Supported to nominate Bob Bush for the Parks and Recreation Commission. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Chairman, I move that nominations be closed and the following 2 individuals be appointed to the Parks and Recreation Commission, Craig Klingman and Bob Bush.
Support.
Been moved and supported to close nominations and nominate Craig Klingon and Bob Bush to the Parks and Recreation Commission. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Very good. And K, Planning Commission, Chairperson's request for nominations for 2 openings on the Isabella County Planning Commission for 3-year terms ending December 31st, 2027, or until a successor is appointed. Are there any nominations?
Chairperson Hope, I wish to nominate Lisa Hoisington to the Planning Commission.
Been moved and supported to nominate Lisa Hoisington to the Planning Commission. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Support.
Been supported to nominate Kelly Bean to the Planning Commission. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I move nominations be closed and a unanimous ballot cast for the 2 openings on the Planning Commission, the openings being given to Kelly Bean and Lisa Hosingerton.
Support.
Been moved and supported to close nominations and appoint Kelly Bean and Lisa Hoisington to the 2 openings on the Planning Commission. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item L, Zoning Board of Appeals, Chairperson's request for nominations for 1 opening on the Isabella County Zoning Board of Appeals for a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2027, or until a successor is appointed. Are there any nominations? Nominations.
Chairperson Hope, I wish to nominate Thomas Cromer to Zoning Board of Appeals.
And moved and supported to nominate Thomas Cromer to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Mr. Chairman, in interest of a clean sweep, I move that nominations be closed, a unanimous ballot be cast for Zoning Board of Appeals for Thomas Cromer.
Been moved and supported to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Thomas Cromer for Zoning Board of Appeals. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen. Brings us to the consent agenda. And Commissioner Embry, would you present that for us, please?
Final consent agenda motion. I move to approve and place on file the December 3rd, 2024 work session meeting minutes, the December 3rd, 2024 regular meeting minutes, the December 10th, 2024 Finance and Administration Committee meeting minutes, the December 10th, 2024 Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee meeting minutes, and the December 10th, 2024 Human Resources and Public Committee minutes.
Support.
And supported to approve and place on file the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Down to committee reports, Finance and Administration Committee.
Chair, we have 2 invoice lists and our adjustment lists. First invoice list is dated November 29th, 2024. During our work session, we reviewed many of the invoices that exceeded the $5,000 thresholds. That brings them to the front page. I didn't know if, in the meantime, we had anyone who had questions about any of the interim, the bills inside within the invoice list. Seeing none, I'll move on to the December 6th, 2024 invoice list. I did have a quick question for the sheriff on this one. WellPath, I hate to put you on the spot, sir, but the WellPath LLC, there was a $5,662. How's that work?
Occasionally when there is, cap and stuff, you know, if we're met or not met.
Always good to see parentheses.
Nice.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any other questions, commissioners? Then we have our adjustment list, which we've already discussed regarding early payment discounts, avoiding late fees, and entry errors at the account level. Were there any questions or comments on this, gentlemen? No? There you go, Chairman. That's all I have.
Want to make that motion or did you
Yes, I
already? Did
can.
I miss that? Or
No,
did
I
you
can do
already-
that.
Okay.
Motion reads, move to ratify and place on file the November 29th, 2024 invoice list in the amount of $318,954.83. The December 6th, 2024 invoice list in the amount of $300,485.52. And the adjustment list dated December 13th, 2024.
Support.
And supported to ratify and place on file the November 29th, 2024 invoice list, the December 6th, 2024 invoice list, and the December 12th, 2024 adjustment list. Any further discussion?
Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney, Commissioner Embry, Commissioner Jazinski, Commissioner Hope. 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Next item is prime contract change order number 30. Motion reads, move to approve prime contract change order number 30 with Clark Construction in the net additional amount of $63,796 and authorize the board chairperson to sign the same.
Support.
And supported to approve prime contract change order number 30. Discuss.
During the work session, we had Senior Project Manager for Clark Construction, Heidi Heinz Kendall, went through the changes that were made at the Correctional Facility Sheriff's Office. And there's a number of them. Most of them are kind of smaller dollar amounts, but one of the more significant one was $39,646, and that is for fabrication of 2 ladders and 1 ship ladder behind the holding cells. This is a 2-story unit. It's all metal, and there had to be provision made so that inspectors could get up to inspect some of the valves and that safely be able to get up 2 stories high. And then there was one on a 3-way valve piping charge to be able to tie that in, to be able to monitor the valves from the control station. And that was a $10,592 change. So if you take a look at the bottom line, these change orders, they can be pluses to the budget, they can be reductions to the budget. And this was a large reduction and brought our buyout down to just a little bit over $1,000. The good news is I did attend the OAC meeting at the facility last Thursday. And since that time, there were some additional changes. And we are just under $19,000 in our buyout. So there was some additional savings. And I credit that to the sheriff and to Clark Construction for being able to manage that budget. The project is about According to the Thursday session, 96% complete and well under budget.
Very good. I appreciate your attention to that project throughout the whole process and Commissioner Embry's attention to it as well. So good job, gentlemen. Any further discussion on that item?
Commissioner Swaney, Commissioner Embry, Commissioner Jazinski, Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Hope. 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the Finance and Administration Committee work for this evening.
Thank you, gentlemen. To Criminal Justice and County Affairs.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have one item, the Justin Carroll Farmland Agreement. The motion reads, move to approve the Justin Carroll Farmland Agreement application dated October 7th, 2024. Instruct the Isabella County Clerk to forward the approved application to the MDA Farmland and Open Space Program.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve the Justin Carroll Farmland Agreement. Discussion.
We've seen these agreements before. The board's in support of farmland preservation. There was one error in the work session that was corrected as far as date or number of years that it was going to be applied. It was 99 and they're only allowed 90. So they changed it to 90 years. So.
Good. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Embry, Commissioner Jazinski, Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney, Commissioner Hope. 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, that completes the work of the Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Thank you, gentlemen. Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
The first item is Heartland Material Management Planning Committee bylaw. The motion reads, move to approve the Heartland Material Management Planning Committee bylaws as written and authorize the Isabella County GPA to sign the same.
Support.
Supported to approve the Heartland Material Management Planning Committee bylaws. Discussion.
Rollout of our project to regionalize the material recovery facility with the cooperation of other counties around us. Jake Portman and Charity Sweet were here at the previous meeting to spell out this bylaws. We got a copy of the bylaws and we have discussion of them. Any questions or comments? Go ahead.
I'd just say this keeps us on the path for continuing to get grants for the MRF with 7 counties with the Eagle. So.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Jazinski, Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney, Commissioner Embry, Commissioner Hope. 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Parks and Recreation Commission rules and ordinance revisions and fee modifications. Motion move to adopt the proposed Isabella County Parks and Recreation Commission rules and ordinance revisions and fee modifications effective immediately as recommended by the Isabella County Parks and Recreation Commission.
Support.
Been moved and supported to adopt the Parks and Recreation Commission rules and ordinance revisions and fee modifications. Discussion.
At our previous meeting, Alexis Hanson, Parks and Recreation Director, brought this to us. And the first part outlines steps needed in revoking privileges with violations and also includes an appeal process. And these were determined because of some of the previous incidents that have been happening at the Parks and Rec Department. And there's a process to deal with them. One of the big things was having contact information when the people come in. So if they leave a canoe there or whatever, something, and that has happened, that the Parks and Rec can have the data and resolve the problem. And the second part has to do with the fees. And they came up with two kinds of permit. The annual watercraft permit, and that's gonna be $10, and that'll be good for the whole season. Oh, that's the trailered watercraft permit, so not only the car, but also like a trailer with a kayak, so forth. So that's $10 for the whole season. And the second part is non-trailered watercraft, like canoe, kayak, watercraft that is hauled into the park in or on a vehicle without a trailer, and that's gonna be a $5 permit, good for the whole season. Provisions that have stickers on both the trailer, like say on the first part, the trailer and the craft. And then the second part, just the car. So there's tracking and there's data about who's there and what they were doing. Any questions or comments on that one?
Hearing no questions or comments, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Embry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney, Commissioner Hope. 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
That concludes the work of human resources.
Thank you, Commissioner Marino. We have no intergovernmental affairs, no administrator controller issues, no unfinished business. A few items under new business, and item A, Commissioner Embry, would you present that, please?
Item A is the engagement letter with Blystone and Bailey. Motion reads, move to approve the engagement letter between Isabella County and Blystone and Bailey CPAs, PC, for consulting services, and authorize the board chairperson to sign the same.
Been supported to approve the engagement letter with Blystone and Bailey. Discussion.
The imminent departure of our finance director, I don't know if you can say finance director, Madam Franquist. We do need to have additional accounting services and consulting. So I think this is a great idea that we bring in Blystone and Bailey to help our newly county administrator, controller with all of what he has to deal with as we move forward. So definitely in favor of this motion.
My understanding that this group will be in charge of getting us ready for the external audit.
Yes. And it'll also provide assistance that if I can find a finance director quickly, this will provide some like kind of a learning path for the new person coming in, but it'll just provide consistency on this audit.
I'll just add that it pains me that we're losing our finance director. Ms. Franquist has done a phenomenal job. But people move on and we have to deal with it. So this arrangement with Blystone and Bailey will help us get through that, help us prepare for those audits, and move forward. So any further discussion on that? And hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Jazinski, Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney, Commissioner Embry, Commissioner Hope. 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Clerk, and the next item B, Commissioner Engler, would you present that for us, please?
Sure. The annual Fisher Annex lease renewal for Deerfield Nature Park. The motion reads, move to approve the annual Fisher Annex lease renewal for Deerfield Nature Park from January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025, and authorize the board chairperson to sign the same.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve the annual Fisher Annex lease renewal for Deerfield Nature Park. Discussion.
Yes, this is a lease agreement we were trying to figure out earlier exactly how long it's been, but it's definitely been over 30 years. So like to thank the Fisher family for allowing us to do this every year. The lease agreement basically says that the county pays the property taxes on it. So they do not make any profit or anything from this, and it's enhances Deerfield Park greatly, so.
Right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Engler? Commissioner Marino? Commissioner Swaney? Commissioner Embry? Commissioner Jazinski? Commissioner Hope? 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Clerk. And item C, Commissioner Sweeney, would you present item C for us?
Sure. Motion reads, move to schedule the 2025 Isabella County Board of Commissioners organizational meeting for Tuesday, January 7th, 2024 at 5 p.m. to be held at Isabella County Commission on Aging located at 2200 South Lincoln Road, Mount Pleasant, Michigan, 48858.
Support.
Read that as January 7th, 2025.
You read it as 24 and there was a typo, so it should be
Oh,
25.
sorry.
That's okay.
We'll make that correction
Okay.
afterwards.
Second supports that.
It's been moved and supported to set the organizational meeting for Tuesday, January 7th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Any further discussion on that? And hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please. Yeah, let's do it.
Commissioner Marino? Commissioner Swaney? Commissioner Embry? Commissioner Jazinski? Commissioner Engler? Commissioner Hope? 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Clerk, and that concludes new business and brings us to general public comments. Is there anyone for general public comment? No one for general public comment? Announcements. Commissioners, any announcements? Yes, sir.
Yes, any, commissioners. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve the residents of Isabella County alongside all of you. I thank you greatly for the consideration that you've allowed me over the last 2 years. I think we've worked very well together over these last 2 years to try to move us forward in the most positive way that we can. I know we've had a lot of headwinds and it's been a struggle, really has. So I wish you all the very best in future endeavors to get this county back to square one. I do have a real appreciation. This comes from my family. They can't understand how it is that anybody could teach me anything. They figured that nobody could teach this old dog any new tricks, but I got to tell you, you guys have educated me in an incredible way on how county government works. So I appreciate all of the efforts of not only my fellow commissioners, but everybody here who works with Isabella County. So with that, I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and most importantly, a happy and healthy new year. So thank you.
Thank you.
Any other announcements? Just say that Commissioner Embry has been a real pleasure to know you, to work with you, and to serve with you on this board. I can honestly say I don't think I've seen a commissioner as engaged as you have been. In fact, before you even started your term, we'd be in a meeting and see you walking down the hallway and pull you, hey, get in here. You might as well know about this.
That's her fault.
So I appreciate that. That amount of dedication has been tremendous. You helped us tremendously through the budget process with your familiarity with budgets and whatnot. It was a huge help. So thank you very much. Also want to thank Commissioner Hutchinson. He couldn't be here tonight. He just had his second knee replaced. Great public servant. Was a school board president for a number of years. Anybody that can do that job is a tremendous human being and a great public servant. And he and I share some pretty amazing grandkids. So I thank both of you, gentlemen, for your service. And other than that, I just want to wish everyone happy holidays and happy new year. Hopefully it's a better new year for the county with better and more sound financial practices. What's that? Any other announcements? And hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Or
Been moved and supported. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are adjourned.